Greetings, comrades. Hope this finds you well. Quick shout out to the Indie News Network, which I'm stoked to be a part of. So, I don't know if you've come across this news story, but the Chicago Public Teachers Union voted to have all classes become remote again due to safety concerns and how coronavirus COVID-19 cases are skyrocketing in Chicago as they are all across the United States. We're hitting records and they didn't feel safe. So I believe 73% of the Chicago Teachers Union voted to have all classes go back to being remote as they had been early in the pandemic. And as a result, the Chicago Public Schools voted to cancel all classes because, well, I'll show you the story and what they're saying, but it doesn't really make sense. They're saying, this was all, there's all these, drawbacks, and it's hurting and impacting children's, mental health. Let's see. Been disastrous for children's learning and mental health, but the union argued that district safety protocols are lacking and both teachers and students are vulnerable. So if it's disastrous for the children's, learning and mental health to have online, virtual learning, wouldn't it be even worse to cancel classes completely where they're not learning anything and they're not having any type of interaction, even though it's virtual? So it just seems very punitive. It's like, well, if you don't do what we want, Chicago Teachers Union, if you don't go back into the classrooms when you don't feel safe, we're going to cancel classes for everybody. I mean, Jesus Christ. So definitely siding with the workers, with the teachers union on this, and not the school district, which seems as being very stupid and punitive at this point, right? Union leaders said more safety protocols are needed and that the COVID-19 surge was causing staffing shortages. The district said roughly 82% of its roughly 21,600 teachers reported work Monday, which was lower than usual, but classes recovered by substitutes and other staff. So, I don't know. What do you think about this? Are you siding with the school district or the teachers? And then we can also, real quick, just look at coronavirus cases in Chicago. COVID cases in Chicago. Look at that. Highest they have been, at least as far back as June of last year. So look at that. Almost 9,000 new cases, 10,000 cases, 7-day average. Look at that, just huge numbers. And again, this is the same for all across the United States. So the teachers union didn't feel safe going back in the classroom, hence they voted to go back to remote learning. And it seems like the school district is just being very punitive in this, right? And like, well, you don't want to go back in the classroom, fuck it, you don't feel safe, we're going to cancel classes completely, even though we're saying having remote learning would impact the students' emotional health and their learning. We're just going to cancel classes completely. Make that make sense? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So it just seems like they're being very punitive and childish and irrational, right? Because it doesn't really follow. If you're saying it's harmful for students to do virtual learning because it's going to impact their mental health as well as their learning, wouldn't the same thing apply to canceling classes completely where they're not getting any type of instruction, even though it's virtual? Virtual is obviously better than nothing, and that type of interaction you get from that obviously isn't the same as in the classroom, but you need to take safety into account, right? So let me know what you think about this. Whose viewpoint are you more leaning towards, the teachers union or the school district? Like the video if you'd like the damn video, subscribe for more content, all part of the people. Quick shout out to the 2 Uber comrades supporting my channel, my partner in Indie Left News. Peace, much love.